Experts may have found the oldest name in the world, according to recent archaeological research. This is surprising to many people around the world. The study says that this name comes from the prehistoric period and could have been used by ancient people in what is now Europe. This discovery tells us more about where language and civilization came from and how our ancestors might have talked to each other thousands of years ago. As researchers keep looking into this finding, we are likely to learn even more about our species' long history and how language and culture have changed over time. So in this video, we will tell you everything about how this oldest name came into existence. But before starting our video, if you are new to Unexplained History, then subscribe to our channel and don't forget to press the bell icon. Let's get started. On a clay tablet that was made thousands of years ago, strange marks tell the story of a long-ago king. In one corner, two symbols form a word that stands out from the rest, and it might be the oldest name ever found. This name comes from the ancient region of Mesopotamia, which is surprising to many people. The tablet is thought to be from 5,000 years ago, when people were just starting to write. However, it came to the attention of the world in the 21st century when it was featured in a best-selling book. Now, thanks to its unusual history, it has sold at auction for a very high price. Does this tablet have the oldest example of a person's name? If so, who was this person? Only a very important person would have been given such an honor. The answer is surprising, and it shows some strange things about the ancient world. Mesopotamia, a part of West Asia, near the rivers of Tigris and Euphrates, is sometimes called the cradle of civilization. It is mostly in modern-day Iraq, but it also includes parts of Iran, Turkey, Syria, and Kuwait. Around 3400 BC, people in Mesopotamia started using a cuneiform script to send important messages about business and accounting. Within a few centuries, this method had spread to Egypt, Greece, and Rome. There were hundreds of years and thousands of miles between China and Mesopotamia, and even more between these two civilizations and Mesoamerica, where written language first appeared on multiple occasions between the 9th and 6th centuries BC. After that, humans developed the ability to communicate through symbols and words on their own. Of course, language isn't just used for keeping records, and it only takes a trip to a graffiti-covered suburb to see that. In 1902, archaeologists found a falcon-shaped pictograph on one of the artifacts. Many people think this pictograph means diary, making it one of the first written names. However, some people have argued that the symbol represents a title rather than a person's name. This argument is strengthened by the fact that the symbol doesn't have an asterisk, which is a type of mark usually used to indicate royalty in Egyptian hieroglyphs. The same symbol that was found on the king's burial goods, the scorpion eye, seems to be the strongest Egyptian contender, at least as far as concrete evidence goes. However, the people of the Nile were not the first to write, and there is growing evidence that the Mesopotamians may have the world's oldest name, not the kings of ancient Egypt. Let's take the example of the candidate named Al-Sal. According to reports, this name first appeared on a tablet in the early 31st century BC. It may not be as old as some of the other examples, but its content is much clearer. The tablet was found in the ruins of Sharupak in what is now Iraq. It was written in an ancient script called pre-cuneiform, and experts say that the symbols mean two slaves held by Galsal. If that wasn't impressive enough, the text goes on to give the names of the two slaves, Pap X and Sekal Jergau. Sal, on the other hand, wasn't a king like Scorpion-Eyed or Irie Horror. Instead, he was just a commoner whose name was written down along with the names of his slaves. Sal isn't the only commoner in the running for the title of the world's oldest name. All of the names above have their supporters, but there is one name that stands out from the rest. Like Sal, he was a commoner whose name was written down on a tablet. The tablet was one of several found in a temple in southern Iraq, where the Sumerian city of Uruk once stood. At the time, Uruk was the largest city in the world, with as many as 80,000 people living there. But Uruk wasn't just advanced because of its size. Its people also kept detailed records of things like trade. The unknown author was able to write down what goods were received and how much money was made over a certain period. According to reports, the main body of the tablet measures 29,086 in barely 37 months, which is amazing in and of itself. But there is something else about the artifact that is even more amazing. At the end of the text, you see two symbols next to each other in a way that has never been seen before. The arrangement. What we do know is that each of these symbols stands for a different sound, and when put together, they make the word Kushum. Scholars of ancient languages have never heard of this word, and because of where it is in the text, many people think it is a name. In particular, experts think that Kushum was the name of the accountant who signed off on the barley shipment. Is this the oldest example of a name? The name Kushum has been found on at least 18 tablets from the same time and place, and records show that Erlenmeyer had a lot of similar items, which are now spread all over the world. This accountant must have been very busy, or maybe there is another reason for the frequency of these symbols. Tim Bolton, an expert in antiques, told the Antiques Trade Gazette in 2020 that the object was a world-class item and has fundamental importance to the history of writing and in flawless condition. He also said that it is not easy to give an estimate or even find similar items on the market, and the people who came to the London auction agreed. In the end, the tablet sold for a staggering £175,000, which is just over USD 200,000. That's all for today's video. I hope you have enjoyed the video. Like and share it, and don't forget to comment us about your thoughts. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.